is yonder. She, I can start it. It's a good, constant, steady rain. This isn't, hard for Oklahoma. It's a lot. You can see that it's a lot of rain. Um, but I mean, that's Miss Sharon over there, man. I think she's 74. I'm guessing something like that. But she got started when it was pretty cool outside. She got that old lawnmower. I'm sorry. She got that old lawnmower working again. And I mean to tell you, she's not putting it down. Electricity and everything. She is, understand me, going to get this done. And her yard, as you can see, kind of sits on the hill. People across the street from us, they got a little more hill uh, than the houses on this side of the street do. But she's a gangster. I've had to go mow her lawn before. Last year, her lawnmower was giving her some problems, and I just, when I would mow my front yard, I would just go over there and mow hers also, and clean it. I didn't do the backyard. I don't even know what the backyard looks like. But she'd come out and give me a big old hug, and later on she like me, she ain't got no money, but she lived by the barter system, so she saw I was out here trying to plant some groceries, and she had some soil mix. She said, this ought to help with your tomatoes, just throw it right on top of the yeah, them guys in that car laughing. They're probably laughing at Miss Sharon. Uh, my allergies today have been acting goofy. I keep sneezing. But look, man, now this right here, this is getting heavy now. The rain as we've been sitting here, it's getting heavier. This is a pretty constant. It still ain't too terrible for Oklahoma. I mean, when this stuff starts coming in sideways, and you know, yeah, that's when you know it's bad. But this is a straight down. I don't know. You see the drops over there in the driveway. They're pretty good size drops. I'm just waiting for some more of that flash. Now, hey, check this out. Miss Sharon, she been here since. Oh, I see you, DeAndre. I wasn't even paying attention to the comments. Uh, Miss Sharon. Okay, so when I first moved into the neighborhood, and this is what she does with everybody that comes in the neighborhood. She lets them know about how all this area right here was, when the settlers came and started staking flags and all that kind of thing. Well, her daddy, their house, I guess, was one of the first houses that was built over here. She said, I guess when she was a girl, there were still people that were living in like carriages and all up and down this what we call streets today. But she remembers when all these houses were being built. They just started popping up, and she give you a long cool. It's a cool. I don't know. It's like a history lecture or something. You know what I'm saying? She got all the grit. But she's straight. She talk about her daddy too. How he was, a farmer, and she loves it. Like look. She's gonna do that. That's. Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna get the neighbor's yard. She usually does the neighbor's yard with them too. He's got two baby girls that like to go out there barefoot and kick a ball around. She'll mow up all the stickers. I spray with a pesticide, but yeah, that's Miss Sharon, man. That's crazy, man. Like she's straight Oklahoma, man. Like, so I think some of the places here in Oklahoma we expect to see stuff like that, like in a trailer park. You know, maybe a 12-pack of beer on the side of the house or something. I don't know, but no. She out there in her chanclas, old Wrangler denim button down. That's probably a pearl snap. Just some cut off shorts. Getting it, boy. She like that. Electricity ain't fading me. None of that. Yeah. That's right. Get it, mama. Get it. I don't have my little tripod stand. I have neuropathy, so anything I put in my hands, it ends up shaky or falling out. So don't ever hand this guy a full glass of soda water or something. Ah. Hey, this is better than A&E. Real talk, man. I'd rather be looking at the weather and triple OG gangster max like Miss Sharon outside mowing the yard. And I mean, this is like Thailand type weather. You know what I mean? Like how they get this for 2 weeks at a time. I mean, this is that. She's like, I don't care. Grass got to get mowed, and I'm going to. And that's another thing. Like she would rather do it herself because she still has the ability to do it. And so she's not asking for, help to I mean, she just straight country, man. That's all it is to it. Clip it girl said hi. Clip it. Clip it. Guess that means look at that tree back there in the back. Yeah, that rain ain't coming in sideways yet, but it's thinking about it. If it come in sideways, we got problems. This guy's tree, I had to get up there last year and trim that sucker, man. He had branches all over his house. They was hanging over on my house. He couldn't even park his truck underneath that driveway right there because the branches was coming down. So I got in there and ripped back most of that tree was just dead. But it took me so long to do it because I've been injured and I didn't really understand the consequences. I didn't understand what I was doing to myself until I recently went and had some imaging, and I was just like Miss Sharon. I was just trying to. Oh, look, she still got that lawnmower running. All she did was close the back gate. She in the backyard mowing, and she got about two of those front yards, and I don't think she has but one tree. That big tree right there is the only one back there. So yeah, man. But yeah, I was like her, man. I feel like I can still function. I can't do the things that I used to be able to do at all. It takes me a while, but yeah, I get out there and I just one branch at a time. I just clip it, and Clay took me probably a week, a couple of weeks to do his yard, but that tree right there is probably going to fall. A lot of the wood in that tree is rot. Like it's some of those widowmakers, some of those branches are so rotten out there, they just get a nice little vibration like that. thunder and they just fall in his front yard. But yeah, ain't no commotion. I thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty video worthy though to put Miss Sharon on the news for everybody to see how old farm girls get down in Oklahoma. Ah man, that's crazy. And it's this is light. Like we're still in the light. Like as far as I mean, you can still see. Well, I bet you need to slow down. I don't even know who that joker is, man. Why is he? Sorry, I seen a squirrel, man. Oh, but you see how them trees is moving? Like that's a pretty strong wind, but I'm telling you right now, that ain't nothing. Like this thing kicks up anymore, and the way the electricity's flashing and making noise and all that kind of stuff. Um, it acts like it wants to. I'm not saying that it wants to kick up, uh, like, or let me say it different, like it's going to, but it does act like it. I just think it's interesting. You see that tree back there? It's moving and shaking, and then this one right here in the front yard next to it's not moving at all. That one back there is getting it. Getting it. This one right here ain't really talking about much. That one back there is talking about much. But this one here is still getting it. Finally slowing down. Now this one's starting to shake. Oh, he's picking back up. He's picking back up. What state? Ian, Ian. I guess I'm gonna say Ian. Looks like this is Oklahoma. I own a tiny little home, farm and ranch, chickens in Bethany. Bethany, Oklahoma is a very old suburb of Oklahoma City. So you have Oklahoma City. This is Oklahoma County. Big square right in the center of Oklahoma. I got 7 seconds on that one. So we're looking at 7 miles. Yeah. So this is like I was telling Miss Sharon, she was out there mowing the lawn a few minutes ago. If you didn't get to see that, 74 years old Miss Sharon out there gang banging on that grass because she knew it had to be done and she wasn't gonna stop even the rain. She's in the backyard right now mowing. That's her lawnmower. I don't know if y'all can hear it. A stream that ran through here, and so as they started damming up some of those areas where the water was, um, running over what we see today, streets and houses, um, it left more area for people to develop on, and it just kind of contained the water to wherever it, runs off into different areas. We got one of them big manhole, oh goodness, one of them canal things just right down the road right here, so it catches a lot of runoff. We go northwest over here in the 30 blocks. You get some of that sits below the water, and it's famous for the news reporters. They'll come out here specifically and to record because there's a big sign that says, "If the road is flooded, turn around, don't drown." And you can tell when somebody's not from around here because they always get sucked into that thing. And It's mean. Like it'll move your car. Like I don't care if you got a truck with a trailer attached to it. You're gonna move. That thing's gonna move you. And a lot of that gets spit out down here where we've got another entrance for overflow. But so this whole area used to be it's a river because underneath this is an aquifer. And so Bethany, Oklahoma. That's what Ian was saying. Where are we at? This is Bethany, Oklahoma, man. Still paying attention to that taller tree over there because it's shaking quite a bit. This one over here is trying to pick up. That thunder I got about, and it's pretty deep thunder, man. It's holding, and then big flashes of light come across the sky. That thunder's holding about 7 seconds. So I'm guessing wherever that lightning's coming from, north, is about 14 miles away. So somebody from Edmond ought to jump on here and tell us what's happening up there. Because as a pastor from Christ Reformed Baptist Church, want me to go out there today, and they're having a barbecue, and we ain't gonna be barbecuing in it unless you got one of them big revival tents set up already, and you got 5.5 acres. I guess you could, but ooh, that was a good one. See how long that one takes. It was almost 10 seconds before it started rumbling. I can't tell if this thing's moving towards us or moving away because the previous light and shaking was about 7 seconds. That was about 10 seconds. So, oh no, man, it's Oklahoma. That sucker spin right back around if it wanted to. I got a bunch of herbs and stuff in the front yard. There's an onion over there. I'm trying to get the seeds. I'm hoping to bust open with some seeds. Them suckers right there put out 30 to 300 seeds on that little pod. Maybe I can see that. See if I can grow them right here. A little head on the top of that onion. Wait for it to bust open. But there's about I got some lettuce growing out there. Got some beets growing. There's some cilantro, oregano, kind of all the stuff you want whenever you buy your Italian seasons. Kind of the same mix of stuff. I ain't did too much with a lot of the. It's like it's not pigweed. I can't remember what it's called, but some of that stuff I ain't even pull it because it was coming in at the same time that stuff was growing. I was afraid if I got in there and tried to pull it all up, I'd end up pulling out some of them little sprouts. So I really just kind of let it do its whole thug fizzle this year instead of trying to maintenance too much. Stupid freaking gnat, whatever that is. But as y'all can see, these rocks right here, it used to just be a crater in the ground right there where that water run off the side of my house. And so I started scooping up all these rocks, a lot of them river rocks. Some of these are rocks that somebody put in the ground whenever they probably had some kind of flower bed going or whatever. But anyways, these blocks of concrete, they was all under the ground. Like they'd been there for a long time to the point that they had just buried. But I filled that crater up with those rocks. kind of capped everything off. You can see where it still tries to come out on the other end. Um, I guess the only thing I could really do is extend it, which I guess if I'm digging around in the yard somewhere and I find another one of them blocks, I might extend it. I don't know. I thought if I put another one of those on the other end of the house, it would give it some symmetry. Um, yep. Last year I had a bunch of pepper plants and tomato plants. Some of that stuff's in the backyard instead of the front yard. I just hadn't really had, between being in so much pain. This 2025 has been crazy for me insofar as pain. And the energy, uh, the energy's been something wild. Like it is really, like I wake up every morning with pain about 2:30, 3 o'clock. So I got up this morning about that time, and then about 5:30, my body was like, okay, I'm gonna let you sleep for a little bit. And it's been like that for weeks now. I was one of those guys that used to get up at 4 o'clock every morning, jump in my Bible till 5 o'clock, and then I'd eat something. So it was usually coffee, Bible study, eat. But that's really Oklahoma penitentiary time, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just being institutionalized and just kind of having that same, 22 years in the penitentiary is just ingrained, you know what I mean? And but on my granddaddy's farm and ranch down in Lane, Atoka, we got up at 4:30 every morning because we had to go check fences. Had livestock, 150 acres. So, but lately, I've been getting up a lot earlier. Usually my roommate, he'll take off for work, and so I'll just kind of lay in bed until he leaves, and then once he's left, then I'll get up. But my sleep schedule has been so jacked up. I mean, I'm talking about my arms, my elbows, my fingers, the tops of my hands. I got something going on, like on the top of my hand, there's like it's like a burning itch, and I scratch it to the point that I end up making it raw. Look at this guy. Good night almighty. I don't know whose dog that was. That stuff looked like he looked like a wolf got a hold of a collie or something. uh, but yeah, my sleep schedule's been kind of jacked up. If you guys get the opportunity to go on if you're looking for like some short morning study, Brother Mike study and devotion. He's got a channel every morning. He's gonna throw something on there. It might be 3 minutes, it might be 9 minutes, but he's going through, I believe, Psalms 119 right now. And insofar as the stanzas are concerned, there's 8. And he's a music guy, and he studies, musical theory and teaches musical theory, and he's got some patriotic songs that he's produced, and I believe they're on, I don't know, I think you can get them on YouTube, but at any rate, he's going through the stanzas right now on Brother Mike's study and devotion. I've got some of his stuff on my my feed here if somebody wants to look them up. But so when I get up in the morning, that's that's one of the first things I do is I just jump on that while I'm brushing my teeth and everything. I'm following along with him and reading what he's reading on, and just listening while I make my coffee. And really, man, it's like I think being that we've had this kind of weather like this year, 2025, they say the barometric pressure can have its way with people that have chronic pain issues like I do. I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot to do with why this year's been pretty bad. But of course, having two places on my spinal cord that are actually crushed, they're being crushed. Uh, that don't help. Brother Mike was that? He said, "No Bible, no breakfast." Right, right. That's how it went. So when we were over at Taft, I would get up at 4, make my coffee, uh, get my study in, and then it was 5 roughly whenever they would send us over to the chow hall or whatever. And that's just how my whole routine's always been. I mean, and it's been like that for years because um, just being like a farm kid, part of my life. You get up early like that, and on Sundays, man, you could be hungry, but you wasn't going to eat until y'all went to church. Grandma might throw some jam on some toast or something like that, but you're not finna have a full meal until after Sunday service. So, but yeah, man, that's true. No Bible, no breakfast. Look at this dude, man. I'm telling you right now, that dog looks like he could get mean. Hold on. I seen a squirrel. Rather a dog. Hey, that's crazy. That sucker's running around like that. Dang. But yeah, that's been my routine, man. It's just been kind of dragging here lately. Just with some of the issues I've been dealing with, but it's all good. I'm not really blowing too much smoke. I still try to, doctor's orders. I got to keep moving. I got to stay moving. Otherwise, it's going to shut me down. And I've known that for some years now, but with these recent developments, it seems like I've been more more cautious about what I'm doing, and not trying to like overexert myself, um, but just you know when my body's like, yo man, you need to chill, and then I'm done, you know what I mean? But a lot of energy, just that's usually the sign that you at the getting off place is when you start losing energy every day. you got you just you're on the gas for a second, and then all of a sudden it's over with. That's usually a sign. But I guess one of the sections in my spine is being crushed. Uh, there's whatever fiber optic line runs from my brain through my spinal cord into my heart, my lungs. That's what's being affected. So um, that's why I get gassed. I get gassed pretty easy. So, but we're gonna keep it moving till we can't. Uh, I was also gonna say, in spirit and in truth, we got DeAndre Burnett. Uh, we've been talking about it for a little while, and he's got DeAndre Burnett's got stuff going on insofar as study and testing and licensing and all that sort of thing for, I believe, HVAC and electricity or something like that. And so he's but he's also a director of a 1689 Baptist Church. Does some stuff for one of the churches out there in California. So um, we've ran into a couple of hiccups, but we also don't have a large window on some of, like, I think we've only got like 2 off days in a week, And then, of course, he's not going to do nothing on Sunday, but, be with Jesus. So it kind of limits some of that stuff. But in spirit and truth, I was with that years ago, man. I was on the little Bible study that they had, and I say little. I mean, it was popping. There was people from all over the place, and there was some good discussions, some good conversations that took place, and there was a lot of challenging and thinking, and just going over some pretty weighty stuff with DeAndre and some of the other guys. But uh, trying to do something similar to that. We just haven't put anything, in writing, if you will. Kind of scheduling, specific topics, what we're going to go through. There's been a lot of things thrown around, so it's coming. It is coming. It will come in spirit and in truth. As far as a Zoom Bible study, it's going to come back. I've been on his bumper about this forever too. Like, yo, when are we doing this again? So, but he's also got other stuff going on, man. I'm real happy. I can't really talk about. I can't really share some of the stuff that he's got going on with the homies, but I'm real excited. I'm real excited for what's currently in the works. So he's definitely busy. Got a lot of stuff going on, um, and I don't know. It gets me hyped thinking about you know who's going to be impacted. Another thing we talking about doing too is for the longest time, and it's kind of popping up in different locations in the Oklahoma prisons. There's uh, some evangelism courses, and so some years back we had used a lot of the Living Waters material, and you can find living. So if you go to WG Universe, the app, WG Universe, you'll see Ray Comfort and Easy and cats on there. But we would use their evangelism courses as sort of the introductory kind of basic. A lot of times, folks have questions, and they have little segments in their series that really answer a lot of the basic questions. Even if you got guys who are really just trying to get off the unit and just sit down, take the course. But we use that material and some other material with Justin Peters, um, John MacArthur, some of his stuff, R.C. Sproul. But at any rate, we want to develop a study. I believe Brother Mike, study and devotion. I believe he's working on something right now, or it's has started working on a study for Romans, going through the book of Romans, which I think I've gone through the whole book of Romans. No part of the book of Romans. I don't remember. I've been through Romans with him, and he does a pretty good job at breaking things down one verse at a time. And so I think it's super helpful, especially whenever I see guys in prison that not all of them are, Christians, but they definitely want somebody to explain what the Bible says and not, turn it into a Six Flags Over Jesus episode on A&E. You know what I mean? Like that some of those guys are that serious. Some of them really ain't even that serious. But whenever it comes to, the hooky stuff that they see on the Babylonian network, they don't want that. They want to know, what does it say? And so, Mike, Brother Mike's pretty good about saying what it says. And so, but yeah, we want to put together a study, and we want to develop. We got some folks that want to maybe put together a specific to evangelism, um, and kind of make it our own insofar as um, the academic side of the study. I mean, yeah, just maybe have some the different introductions, and then as you get it further into some of the apologetic work and things like that, um, people start to really see, look at, and see why theology is so important. So as it kind of develops as an evangelism program specifically, some of the weightier things in apologetics and theology are also tools that are shared and used. So looking forward to all the guys working on some of that and getting some developments out there. But yeah, so if you guys are new to this, um, make sure you guys get on Brother Mike's study and devotion. Uh, Subscribe, uh, comment, share, like. DeAndre Burnett, he's got In Spirit and in Truth, DeAndre Burnett. Um, Make sure you subscribe, because he's going to have some stuff coming up, and you're not going to want to miss it. Um, and it's going to be exciting to see how God uses him in some of the different things that he's done and getting better at doing. So make sure you subscribe and follow him, share his stuff. Really, man, I think the storm may have just calmed down. Does still look like there's some pretty constant. Some people might call that rain. I call it sprinkles, but we still got a lot of cracks and booms and stuff like that. But the trees ain't shaking so much anymore. But if y'all hadn't seen this whole video, y'all need to make sure you get to the first part of it and watch Miss 74-year-old Sharon out in the front yard mowing in the middle of an electric storm. That's how farm girls in Oklahoma get down. All right, man. Y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about. I'm gonna hang it up for now. I'm gonna put a 1689. We're gonna go into section 9 of chapter 1 here in a little bit in 1689. So stay tuned for that.